2 weeks before the biggest World Cup in football history, something feels completely wrong. Not on the pitch, not inside the pristine stadiums, but outside them, where a quiet panic is unfolding across the United States. Hotels are quietly slashing prices, flights are failing to fill, and fan festivals are being scaled back across multiple host cities. Most shocking of all, some World Cup matches still have tens of thousands of unsold seats. This was supposed to be FIFA's crown jewel, a massive, 48-nation masterpiece spanning 3 host countries, designed to be the most lucrative and ambitious tournament ever staged. Instead, it is beginning to look like a tournament trapped inside a perfect geopolitical storm, where travel costs are exploding, governments are clashing, and the dream of attending a World Cup in America has turned into a logistical nightmare. Welcome to the channel where we dissect the hidden forces, economic realities, and geopolitical shifts reshaping the world of sports. When FIFA officially awarded the 2026 tournament to the United States, Canada, and Mexico, the ambition was simple. This would become the largest sporting event humanity had ever seen. It was designed to dwarf Qatar, eclipse Russia, and shatter the financial records of Brazil. The United States already possessed the infrastructure: gargantuan NFL stadiums, massive international airport hubs, endless luxury hotels, and corporate sponsorship money flowing through every major city. FIFA believed this specific tournament would redefine the sport forever, expanding the format from 32 teams to 48 for the first time in history. More games, more fans, more television rights, and billions of dollars projected to flood North America. Tourism agencies prepared for millions of international supporters. Hotels expected record bookings, and everything looked completely unstoppable. But then, reality started creeping in, quietly at first, and then all at once. The first major warning signs appeared deep within the hospitality industry, where executives behind the scenes began getting nervous very quickly. Just weeks before kickoff, FIFA quietly canceled thousands of reserved hotel rooms across multiple host cities. In the business of major sporting events, that matters immensely because these tournaments depend on early, sustained momentum. Philadelphia reportedly lost thousands of FIFA hotel room reservations, and Mexico City saw massive reductions as well. Suddenly, across multiple host cities, room prices started falling instead of rising. The exact opposite of what happens during a typical World Cup cycle. Hotels found themselves scrambling to refill rooms they once believed were guaranteed gold mines, raising a terrifying question nobody wanted to utter publicly. What if the fans simply aren't coming? Empty hotel blocks were only the beginning of the cracks in the facade, because when the actual ticket sales numbers began leaking out, FIFA realized it had a much bigger problem on its hands. For millions of traditional football supporters around the globe, the 2026 World Cup stopped feeling like a celebration of football and started feeling like exclusive luxury tourism. Ticket prices exploded to unprecedented levels, alongside soaring costs for flights, lodging, and local transit, making attendance financially impossible for ordinary fans. Some tickets reached prices never before seen in World Cup history, with the final alone becoming so expensive that supporters online began comparing it to a luxury vacation rather than a football match. This financial gatekeeping threatens the very soul of the sport, because a true World Cup atmosphere has never depended on wealthy corporate guests or VIP ticket holders. It relies entirely on ordinary supporters, their noise, their passion, their chaotic energy, and their raw emotion. These are the fans who save money for years just to follow their national team across the globe. Now, huge numbers of those fans are looking at the total cost of entering North America and quietly deciding to stay home. Once football supporters stop believing the World Cup belongs to them, the entire identity of the tournament shifts, leaving massive sections of unsold seats even for games involving major footballing nations. FIFA has been forced to adjust its ticket sale strategies behind closed doors, signaling growing internal panic because, for the first time in modern history, demand is no longer guaranteed. Then came the political friction, which sent the entire project into an unstable spiral. Travel restrictions, visa complications, and border anxieties have caused supporters around the world to ask a question FIFA never wanted associated with its product. Is it even safe or worth the trouble to go? Across social media, boycott discussions have spread rapidly, with fans posting screenshots of canceled travel plans and explaining that they no longer feel welcome entering the United States. For an organization,
cancel the World Cup now. FIFA have banned the FIFA Whalers from every 2026 World Cup stadium. Yes, this is not a prank. FIFA have banned the FIFA Whalers from every 2026 World Cup stadium. So you're telling me when we watch South Africa play, we're going to hit silence? Bro, the World Cup is about being proud of your nation, your country, your culture, bro. And FIFA, by getting rid of the FIFA Whalers, I'm getting rid of that, bro, because this is what South Africa is known for, bro. In the 2010 World Cup, this was a special moment, yeah? Yes, South Africa didn't get out of the group, but we all remember them for making so much noise, being back in their country, and now FIFA have decided, you know what, we're not going to... Bro, honestly, this might be the worst World Cup. Now, real talk, it might be the worst World Cup because, real talk, what is this? Generally, what is this? How are you telling me you're going to ban the FIFA Whalers? Bro, oh my days.
It's going to be the shittiest World Cup ever, okay? And it's only because the US is involved. We should cut the cameras and hand the keys over to Canada and Mexico ASAP, because what the fuck do you mean the Department of Homeland Security stopped a FIFA referee and sent him back home even though he had a valid diplomatic passport and a visa to work the games? The best referee at AFCON, mind you. I'm out of 10. So insane. You've got the Senegalese team upon arrival being frisked and handed over for additional security checks. The players, not anybody else, the players are being frisked like this. The Iranian team, they were told, you have to stay in Mexico. You can stay in Tijuana, that's your base camp, and you can only come in for the games, but you cannot stay a minute after the game ends, and definitely not overnight. What the fuck is this? You've got states and like cities saying they're not going to pay for transportation costs. They haven't prepared for shit, even though I'd love to blame this on Diaper Dawn. We won the bid a long time ago, so what the fuck is going on, guys? You should have been prepared for this. Like, the city of London made transportation free during the Olympics, and Qatar and South Africa spent years preparing infrastructure, like, you know, hotels, accommodations, all these things for the World Cup in preparation. It's supposed to be like when people get together. Like, football is the most widely played sport in the world. This is everybody's sport, young, old, rich, poor. It brings so many people together, and I feel no fever just because it's here in America where hopes and dreams go to die. I am so sick of it. And on top of that, the heat wave and these players that are like feeling the humidity and the heat, it's absolutely insane. But maybe I'm too woke. This is all Israel's fault. When you've been bombing a country for as long as you have, what the fuck did you think was going to... Did you think the ice caps were not going to melt? This is all their fault. Here we go, even though they were just deemed a security risk by the Pentagon, but I digress. Like, this is actually so sad to watch because I've experienced World Cups in other countries and they're so much fun and they're such a great time. And I remember getting time off from school and like being able to watch the games any and everywhere because it was such a fever, and it just feels like limp dick out here.
Me, I want to understand something. Is this a FIFA World Cup or it's a FIFA political cup? Why did Canada deny Thomas Partey for him playing in the national team? For him to enter Canada, why? I want to understand. What type of FIFA it is? Small time, they'll ban a referee from entering USA. He'll come back to his place. He was supposed to go and be in the opening. Small time, they'll stop a player, they'll investigate with the... I can't understand. And now Thomas Partey, okay, USA I can understand, but why Canada? Why? There is some things that is going on in this FIFA. I need an explanation. Infantino, what's the organization that you are doing? What type of organization is this? I've never seen this kind of FIFA before. The man is going to play. It's just a football he's going to play. He's not going to look for a job. He's not going to make a tourism. He's going for football. So why is the political about? Any personal issue, let's move it aside. All the people are complaining about this kind of World Cup. And they are fed up, to be honest. Why? The worst World Cup ever I see in my life is this World Cup, to be honest.
38,000 hotel rooms canceled so far for FIFA, the World Cup soccer. There's only 2 host cities that are doing semi-okay. Let's get into it. Do you know that these hotels and the organization spent 10 years on planning the FIFA World Cup here in the USA? 10 years, and it was ruined in less than 14 months. Look at this. Hotels on sale, dropping the price for the FIFA World Cup. This was going to stimulate billions of dollars in the US economy. I just want to let you know that tourism contributes $3 trillion a year in economic activity. $3 trillion. And we are taking a nosedive in tourism. No one is talking about what this is going to do to our economy, to hospitality, to restaurants, to people who survive in the travel industry. Now I want you to add 1930s Germany, and then now I want you to add the doubling of fuel costs. Who is coming here when they can watch this on TV or go to Mexico or Canada? Have you canceled your plans to come to FIFA World Cup, or have you canceled your plans to come to the USA because of this current administration? Drop your comments below.
Do you or anyone even give a toss about the World Cup? I haven't heard niche about it on the telly. I'm not seeing that much noise about it online. Like, I wonder if we've actually boycotted too close to the sun. And I fucking love that for us. And listen, don't take my word for it. Hotels and apartments within host cities have even said that they are massively underbooked in comparison to what they expected that it would be. It's actually so bad to the extent to where hotels in host cities such as Philadelphia and Seattle are calling the World Cup a literal non-event. A non-event. This is supposed to be one of the biggest events that America has ever hosted within the last 5-10 years. That is actually shameful. Embarrassing if you're a football fan. But again, when you think about everything that's happened over the past year and a half alone, who do you really have to blame? When you literally have banned over 75 different countries from even having visas or entering the United States, you've tariffed the entire world. America has completely destroyed ties with literally every single one of their allies at this point, besides the little blue and white man in the Middle East. Unless you are a diehard football fan, a MAGA-loving imbecile, or just that deluded, sad to say, nobody really cares about the World Cup. There's a reason as to why everybody's refunding their tickets right now.
FIFA tickets are so expensive. FIFA's robbing us. FIFA this, FIFA that, FIFA that. Yeah. FIFA tickets are outrageously expensive, and it's so unfortunate because football is meant to be a super accessible sport. For somebody who has gone to the Euros for pretty much my entire adult life, since I was 18 years old, could afford it, had a job, and I would pay 50 euros for my Euro tickets. Okay, 50 euros. And here we are paying hundreds and some of us thousands of dollars to go to some of these FIFA games. Yes, that is very much a fact. However, every time I tell somebody I'm going to the World Cup games, I'm so excited. I'm a huge diehard France supporter. I will follow them to the ends of the earth. Every time that I tell someone that, the response is, oh, how much did you pay for that? And as much as I understand, because we should be having that conversation, it's killing my vibe. It is killing my vibe. And the one thing that I want out of the World Cup is just to go to the games and feel all the feels, have all the emotions, be so excited, and just watch a sport that I love. And these conversations of how much did you pay? Oh, you paid that much. I would never pay that much. I get it. Okay, it's crazy expensive. Now, I have made the decision to go, and yes, it hurts, but I just want to have the best time. The World Cup is one of my favorite times ever. It only happens every 4 years. It's coming to my home city this time. I live in Toronto. I'm so ecstatic, and yeah, it's outrageously expensive, but when am I going to be in my 20s again with the World Cup coming to my home city? I'm grinding at work, and I'm, making money, and I want to spend that money to go see a couple World Cup games. I just want to live my life.
oh my, hotels in host cities might have just played themselves for the World Cup. And I just happened to look up hotels near Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and the cheapest I could find was $700 a night. Yeah, they underestimated the power of ain't got money to do shit, and overestimated the power of, hey, it's the World Cup, let's go into Hawk and go see it. You know, they just like, we're just going to inch up our prices, but, you know, 1,000,000%. And people will still pay it, right? And the problem is now with jacking up their prices now, they also priced out their normal guests that they would normally have at the beginning of summer. The tourist boost that they normally get with school being out. So they just completely faffoed. They just completely played themselves out of the market. They just screwed themselves over. That's why they're calling it a non-event now, because who can afford like $1,000 a night to go see people kick a ball around? Like, seriously.
And Atlanta better make a zillion, gabillion, quadrillion dollars off of this World Cup shit. Because all this investment that they doing 10 years of construction in 2 fucking months, all this sweeping the streets of all the fucking criminals and homeless people. Who the fuck do Atlanta think they is? Batman? The fuck is sweeping away the criminals by night for a beautiful day in the morning? Like, I don't understand. So we need a lot. I feel like the citizens should be benefiting, since we doing all this extra shit, using our taxpayer dollars up to do shit that we've been begging y'all to do for years, and we wait for a grand event. It's like when it's the holiday time and your mama wants you to clean your room up and cleaning up the house because somebody coming over, when you should have just been cleaning this shit up this whole goddamn time. Don't be telling me to clean up no motherfucking place now all of a sudden because we got guests. Atlanta is like a slow ass black.
So I don't know what the fuck anybody was thinking when they said, you know what, let's have the FIFA World Cup in Philly. And now you got all the Europeans coming to Philly now. And they already talking about bullshit from the jump. They talking about doing shit in the city that bitch won't even do in the city. I hate to break it to y'all, but Philly is probably not the best place y'all want to bring them people to. They not going to know what the fuck to do with us. And then you got to think about it. All the traffic that's going to start from this FIFA World Cup thing. And then you got to think about how Philly drivers are. And then you got entitled ass Europeans coming over here like they run shit. Bitch, I don't know what the fuck y'all was thinking. Because bitches, if y'all thought that was gonna be casualties, bitch, y'all gonna see some casualties. Now we really gonna be fighting Europe, bitch.
FIFA just cancelled a lot of hotel room bookings that they made ahead of the World Cup. According to a report by the BBC, up to 70% of the rooms that FIFA block booked in areas such as Boston, Dallas, LA, Philly and Seattle have all been cancelled right before the World Cup. FIFA purchased these hotels to distort prices and create false demand, meaning that these hotel companies could make an absolute boatload of cash. Every single World Cup leaves a legacy of tourism. However, this time, in the United States specifically, it doesn't feel like it's going to have that same impact. Like and follow for more daily football content.